Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what is good? We're back with another one. We're going to get straight into this video. We have a pinpoint pitching tip, kind of beginner guide to intermediate. Hopefully we'll get y'all some tips in here that'll kind of elevate your game to the next level. So this little dark region around the ball here, that's called your par region. As you go up on higher difficulties, that par region is going to get bigger, and depending on what type of pitch with the pitcher's control, that par region is going to be bigger. Pinpoint ultimately gives you the smallest par regions out of all the pitching methods, so definitely use Pinpoint, boys, in the short answer. So now as far as getting into how to use Pinpoint, so for mine, I'm going to do the drawing and then meet back at the center of my PCI. So do the drawing and I'm back at the center right now, and then I can finish it. So when I go back to that central position, all that I'm doing there is I do the drawing back to the blue circle and then go literally just release my PCI. That's all I do. Or I release the analog. That's all we do there. So do your drawing and release your analog, let it reset the positioning. And then all you have to do is that little half bit right back down. So again, one more time to show y'all what I do. Do the drawing, half, and then right back down. Okay. Part 2 of this, you can control location, whether it's a perfect or not, and it doesn't really depend on where your placement of the pitch is. So here we're going to push this inside on him. And with that, now you see I did a red. That was purposeful. Depending on the location of where you finish the pitch, that's the direction the ball is going to go with your pitch. You need to kind of try and have the timing same there. But as you can see, I threw it early and in, so that increased the elevation of the pitch and increases how close to the batter that pitch is going to be. So we'll discuss sequencing here in a second. We'll talk about this one more time. So I'm going to I'll just, for example, throw the slider down the middle. I'm going to make it more in on the batter, basically, just to give the definitive what we're doing here. Again, so we're dotting and we're not throwing perfects whatsoever. You don't have to throw perfects to dot. And again, all that to say, you're not going to want to pitch directly like that. That is a method to more so save you if you mess up the drawing or something, basically. So if you don't get it, I don't know how that's 100%, but if you were to not get it perfect for some reason, and you're like, okay, there's no telling where this pitch is going to go, this is going to hang or something. Again, you can control it with the drawing. Finishing. So when you finish to that blue circle, the concept is you want to see it fully closed, the smallest portion of it can be. If you finish early, that's going to cause the pitch to increase in elevation. Ultimately, it'll be higher in the zone. Whereas if you finish late, it's going to be lower. It's trial and error. It's going to take a couple times for you to get used to how you draw the lines and everything. It's going to take a couple minutes. You're not going to sit there and perfect every pitch. I can tell you that now. The big thing with Pinpoint, though, is that you need to know how to miss your pitches. So these yellows I'm getting here, watch this time. So I'm going to push this into the right, and I know that's very exaggerated. Depending on where you miss with that drawing, that's where the ball is going to go. So if you completely screw up your drawing in the initial, you can control where the ball's going, and we're slightly left there. So in theory, it should be kind of on the left side of our par region there. Again, and it works with timing as well. So if you're early with your timing on that final release of the line, your pitches are going to go higher and higher. So we'll demonstrate here with a splitter. So release it early. Obviously, you see I also released it to the right, so it was increased, the elevation's increased, and the location was to the right. Same with any pitch, as long as I laid it there purposefully, you drop your elevation there. So again, Pinpoint, as far as the line drawing, it takes a little bit. But then you can get straight into the methods of like, okay, how do I want to pitch? So the main things with Pinpoint, you got to practice it just a little bit. Use it playing the computer, playing your conquest, whatever you're doing. I mean, just go through there and kind of keep playing through those. If we want a part 2 to this video, I can get way more in depth with pitch sequencing. Really, like AI, I mean computers, like you can literally go 2 high fastballs, slider low and in, 2 away fastballs, slider low and in. Like the computer system in this game isn't too overbearing. Now as far as facing actual players like in comp and stuff, it gets way more in depth. You want to work with tunneling, and again, we won't really touch on that in this video. We can make a part 2 to this if we need to, but tunneling the pitches and then proper pitch like ideology, like if you're 0-2, don't throw something in the zone, just kind of work through it that way. But to close us off, let's do this one more time. So it's draw, come back to central, and then finish the pitch. Literally every time. That's how I've always done it. I know other people do it different ways, but it's a very easy way to make sure that you can complete your drawing, like the drawing of it. Lastly, we can just take a peek at one of these pictures and kind of at least show y'all how the par region is generated. So like lighter, for example, you're going to go into the card, bottom left there it says toggle pitch attributes. So press R3. You're going to get your pitch controls. This is mainly what the par regions are generated from. Obviously, like the higher the par region, or like the bigger, like the changeup's going to have the biggest par region for lighter here, while the sinker will be the most controlled pitch. Imanaga, I think, may have good. Yeah, it's Imanaga actually. So like this card, for example, like yeah, he throws slow, but if you're sitting here perfecting pitches with him, it's gonna go exactly where you want it to every single time. Again, so his controls are high 90, like the first 2 pitches, 90 and 99 and 95. That means the par region for him is gonna be minimal, and you should, in theory, if you can perfect your pitches, not have a problem pitching with him whatsoever. But again, the pitch sequencing, like, not the best for comp, but that's gonna ideally be what you're looking for with these cards to have the best success with pitching. Anyways, that's gonna get us to the end of this video. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. If this video helped you in any way, just drop a like for us real quick. I'd really appreciate that. And if you're new to the channel and this content provides value for you in any way, and you haven't subbed to the channel yet, feel free to drop a sub. I'd really appreciate that. Other than that, God loves you, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.